Welcome to another episode of the Made to Be Great podcast. I am thrilled today to be here with my good friend Sterlin. So thanks for joining me again
I'm
today.
back.
Yeah, he's back.
I'm back, man. How do you feel?
Feeling amazing. Always enjoy our conversations and really enjoyed the last podcasts that we recorded
Yeah,
and excited to do another one.
yeah. I'm so excited. Um, it's been amazing, bro. It's been amazing. I'm excited. This is not no scripted thing. I'm not putting up a front. We're not putting up a front. We really love what we do and we're gonna enjoy it. We're gonna be raw and unfiltered, transparent.
Yeah.
Um, my life right now, man, everything seems great, but kind of upside down
Mm,
because I'm dealing with so much. I'm maneuvering so much, but having a good friend like you has been helping. You know what I'm saying? So
same. I agree.
yeah, bro.
I feel
So
the same way. It's both of our lives are kind of crazy for different reasons,
hmm
and so it's nice to be able to have someone to like that
yeah,
understands that even though it's different stuff, it's the same impact. You know,
yeah,
you're just like pulled in different directions. You
yeah,
have to do things tired,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and you know.
It's stressful. So what are we gonna talk about today, man?
So today we're going to talk about the power of a network
The
of
power of networking.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let's do it. What are you thinking? What are your thoughts?
So, it's funny how I think we told this on the other episode that we did, how we met.
Mm-hmm.
So, thinking of network, so I was planning a big event for Fairway for my mortgage business,
Mm-hmm.
and I was trying to find somebody to do video content, right?
Right.
And so the venue recommended somebody to me,
Mhm,
but I didn't love them when I talked to them, and they
mhm.
quoted me like what seemed to me like a really high price. I had no really frame of reference of what to expect, and so I um I was like thinking, who do I know that maybe could help me with this?
Yeah.
And so um at the time, my oldest daughter was getting mentored by a wonderful woman named Alicia,
Mm.
who I think you know, and Alicia's his fiance. So, um, and so the I was like, hey, so I thought, let me ask her. I don't know if she knows anyone, but sometimes people in music might know people who do video. And so I'm like, for the heck of it, let me just ask. And she was like, oh, actually, yeah, I know a guy. Um, and so that's how we met was through like a network situation,
Yeah.
like a friend of a friend type of a thing. And then here we are. You did that event and you did some other stuff, and then now you're helping me with the podcast and all kinds of stuff. So, you know,
Yeah, bro. I think that day changed a lot in my life. Like,
mm,
meeting you changed a lot for me. It wasn't just a connection.
mm,
And one thing that I have here in the notes is that, um, opportunities opens doors open through people, not just talent.
mm,
So it's
yeah.
like it wasn't
You
it,
could be as talented as you want, but if
yeah,
you don't know someone to help you
yeah,
get in somewhere, then
yeah,
right.
yeah. Say that again. That was good.
So you could have all the talent in the world,
Mhm,
but if you don't know someone who
mhm.
can employ you or employ that talent in some way or
Yeah.
connect you to someone who can get that talent employed, then you're going to have a lot harder time. You're going to
A-
go a lot slower.
And you know what's crazy? I just as soon as you were talking, I just heard this, right? Um, you know, talent can get you in the room, but
Mhm.
your character will keep you there.
1,000%. That brings me back to I don't know if it was a podcast or what it was, but Eric Thomas. Do you follow this guy?
No, no.
You have to check him out, bro, on
Yeah.
YouTube. Eric
Yeah.
Thomas. Um,
Free promotion.
yeah, I guess
Free
he'll send me a check.
free
So
promo.
he was said that talent. He said almost that exact same thing on one of his. Maybe we can link it in the notes. It was like talent um, will take you to rooms, but your character is what will keep you there,
Yeah.
and what will get you out of it.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
um,
Yes.
and so
Yeah, and it makes me think of when I first met you, right?
mm,
When I first met you, bro, it's like, okay, yes, I do have a camera on my hand, but and I believe we can probably share that a little bit.
yeah,
Remember that moment where, we was trying to fly out to Texas,
oh
and
yeah,
then I was pretending to be something that I'm not, and then
mm,
I came straight forward with it. I was
yeah,
like, "Yo, Josh, I haven't done this before." You know what I
mm,
mean? So I think your character speaks louder than what you have in your hand. You know what I mean?
100%.
You just said something like, because of my character, because of who God created me to be, I was able to this relationship was able to
Yeah. And
last
that was
for like
for perspective of people watching this. That was like on the beginning of our relationship,
yeah.
right? More
Yeah.
towards the beginning of it, I think.
Yeah. And we've been friends for like what, 2 years now? A year? It's been a year,
At
I
least a
think.
year,
A
maybe
year.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the character keeps you in the room. The
Yeah. And
character keeps
actually,
you.
I don't know if I ever said this to you,
Mhm.
so I'll say it now on YouTube
Okay,
and
great.
Apple Podcasts and
I'm gonna
Spotify.
clip this for me so I
Yeah.
can always watch it. Go ahead.
Is actually the way that the speed and the way that you shared that with me, and the humility that you had of coming to me and saying like, hey, when I said this, that wasn't really like right. And
Yeah.
like the fact that you had the character to do that and the humility to do that actually raised the level of respect and trust that I had for you, because you didn't have to do that. And I
Yeah.
think I did tell you this, like when you did say that thing, I felt the inauthenticity of it, but I couldn't really put my finger on what it was or what, but I did feel something. And so the fact that you immediately validated that by coming to me and saying like, "Hey, this was, what I said, and I'm so sorry. Like, this is not who I am, and I want to apologize." And I think you even said something like, "If you can't be friends with me anymore, I understand," or something like. And I was like,
Yeah.
"Wow,
Let
dude,
let
like
me
that
give
is."
let me give them the
Yeah,
backstory, bro.
that was like, I was really impressed.
Yeah, so me and Josh, well, Josh invited me to go to Texas for
It was
Fairways
an annual meeting,
annual
and I
meeting.
wanted to get like some B-roll and some footage and like capture some stuff, and I asked
Yeah.
you to come with.
And me as a videographer, he asked me to come with him, and um I've been doing this for a decade, but took it seriously about 3 years ago. So, of course, I know what I'm doing, but at the same time, I don't know why, but I came up with all these. Now we can laugh about it,
Yeah.
but I came up with all these things, and I was like, well, I was on the phone with him. I'm like, well, usually when people fly,
Yeah, when people fly me out. Uh,
I said, "You-"
you were right, we were gonna laugh, see, you knew.
oh man, that's the beauty of growth, man. Like
Yeah,
you can laugh at it now, but I
yeah,
was like, man, usually when people fly me out, they normally book like a car, like a rental, a hotel, da da da. And I'm talking about all these things that I've never been flown out. Like, of course, I've been places,
mhm,
but no one has really, hey, Sterling, I'm gonna fly you out, pay for your flight, pay for your rental, whatever it is, right? And it's as I'm talking to my fiance, my now fiance, and then I felt convicted because I'm a
mhm,
believer, right? I believe in Jesus, and I felt convicted. Like I literally was like, my mind was trying to justify it. My mind was trying to say, well, this is business talk, so you should be talking like this.
mm,
But the Holy Spirit was telling me this is lying talk.
yeah.
You
Isn't that funny
shouldn't.
how, like, I feel like a lot of times in business, we can feel like we have to, um I don't know if pretend is the right word, but maybe pretend or like project this certain type of success or image for people to like take us seriously or like
That's the
right?
fall that's great. That's the false narrative that
Yeah.
people have, or the
Yeah.
false mindset that people have. They think if they act a certain way, it will keep your position secure.
Which
Like,
in
you feel what I'm
fact
saying?
I felt, which I didn't know how to like explain it or quantify it at the time, but I felt something like a negative interaction when that happened. Like it just
Mm,
didn't sit right.
sit right, yeah.
So that was like and I'm saying this for the people listening because I think there's a very common thing that people do in business.
Yes,
I've
yeah,
done it before,
yeah,
which is I think another reason why I respected what you did so much
yeah,
because I didn't do that a lot of the time.
yeah.
And so um but however, to contrast, when you immediately came, I think was it like the next day? Or it was fast.
It was literally the next day. I think it was the next day or the same day.
Yeah, it
I'm
was
not
I
sure.
remember it being fast,
Yeah,
and
it
I
was
was like,
fast. 'Cause I couldn't you have to think about this. The more you let it put it under the rug, the
uh,
more you let it,
it grows or like
it grows.
festers and like
You
yeah,
feel what I'm saying? Because now, let's say I would've waited a month or, on the trip to tell you like, "Yo, da, da," then
yeah,
the level of understanding that you have, you're a human being, bro.
yeah,
Like, so it's like, at this point, when I told you that, I told him, I said, "Yo, Josh, I lied." It was like the message was like 6 minutes long.
yeah. It was. It was
Like
a voice
6 minutes
memo. Yeah,
long
that's
voice
right. I
memo.
forgot that.
Like, bro, I was talking to my fiance and I was like, "Babe, I don't know. I just feel so bad. Like, this is
Mhm.
not me. Like, this is not me." And again, like, the Holy Spirit was like, "This is lying talk. This
Yeah,
isn't, I don't need you to do no business talk. I need you to be yourself everywhere you go because your character is what's going to keep you in the room, not who you pretend to be."
mm,
So I was just like, let me send him this voice. I'm not gonna call him because he's probably busy. Let me send him the voice. You know what I mean? And the last thing I said was like, "Yo, however you react is okay."
yeah,
I was ready, bro. I was ready to take whatever your reaction will be because I would be deserving of it. Like, I
mm,
was like, bro, if he just say, "Hey, yo, I can't do business with you anymore," I would be like, "Okay, okay, Josh, I understand. I wasn't transparent, or I wasn't honest in the beginning. So whatever the result is, okay." Some people would not have been okay with that.
yeah,
Some people would have been like, "Well, bro, I told you the honest truth. Like, I came clean." No, you didn't come clean. You came clean after you lied. So I have every right now to be like, stay away from me or not. Like, if I feel like I have the grace to give you, I'm gonna give it to you. So I truly appreciated that about Josh, man, because that day, bro, I remember sending that message and my heart is like,
mm. You probably felt
not
like
because,
relief and
yeah, I felt
fear at the same
relief
time.
and of losing something, not
Mhm.
the money, not the finance, not the transaction, which is what we're going to talk about next.
Yeah,
Opportunities of networking is shouldn't be transact, like, it shouldn't be what's the word? It should be genuine. It
yeah,
shouldn't be just it shouldn't be transactional.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? The
mhm.
only transaction I believe a network should have is, what should you like, it should be genuine, it should be pure. You know what I'm saying?
And the transaction will be a byproduct of that connection and that
Yeah.
relationship. Like transactions will come as a result of that connection through the network,
Yeah.
versus looking at it like a transaction,
Yes, that's good. That's
and like,
good.
cause, and there, maybe there was points in my life and my career where I may have reacted differently and said like, oh, well, I can't like work with you or like whatever. But man, like, this is where I feel like self-reflection is really important because if we're really honest with ourself about ourself, we've all lied, we've all done things we regret, we've all acted in ways that are inconsistent with the character that we strive for. And so who are we to, like when Jesus said, throw the first stone if you're without sin,
Mm.
who am I to say, well, because I know I'm not perfect. So I'm like, who would I rather be in relationship with someone who pretends like they're perfect, or would I rather be in relationship with someone who makes an attempt to repair a relationship in 24 hours or less from a humble heart posture of genuinely wanting to do a repair? To
Mm,
me, that actually, I would rather have the second because I know that it's only a matter of time until there is a thing where one of us is going to cause a problem in the relationship and it's going to need to be repaired.
yeah,
And so it's like, I don't know if you've ever had this where you have what feels like a really perfect, great, pure relationship, and then there's like big conflict.
yes,
And then after that, it can either break the relationship completely or take it to a new, higher, better level
mm,
than what it ever was before. And so, and that person, it's kind of like if you've played a team sport or people in the military probably relate to this, that where like you go to war, literal war with someone, like there's a bond in
mm,
that.
yeah,
Um, and so I think it can be something that I learned from counseling
yeah,
is negative emotions can be very connecting
yeah,
if they're healed properly, if there's proper repair.
yeah,
So I want I'm talking about that so much because I want people to hear that a mistake is not a fatal setback.
yeah,
A mistake is an opportunity
yeah,
to go deeper in a relationship
yeah,
by repairing it from a genuine place.
yeah, yeah. That's good,
That's
bro.
my opinion.
That's really good. That's really good. But just to pick back off with like after that text was sent, bro, like
Yeah.
I almost got emotional as you were talking, like
Yeah.
because not only disconnection changed a lot about my life, like from a friend perspective, from business perspective,
Yeah.
but mostly from the person that you are, your character, right? Um, and I know sometimes, like just being real, it's probably hard to believe, even when people say things about me.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe, because it's like, what me?
Yeah.
What did I do? You know what I mean? But it is the truth. It reminds me of David.
Mm,
God God said, "Yo, this man is a man after my own heart."
mm,
David didn't know that. It's
yeah.
us that's reading about it. So you know what I mean? So it's a
Mm,
privilege, it's an honor for someone to sit in front of you to tell you how much you mean to them, bro. And you really change a lot
mm,
about my life as a person. The random texts, um, even after what I did, shame was trying to creep in. You know, I never treated that as a small thing
mm,
because it was dishonest. It was lying.
mm.
Like, who is the father? Who's your father when you lie? The devil. Like, growing up in church, that's what they used to say, right? So, um,
Mm,
after I sent that text, bro, it was 6 minutes long. My heart was beating fast. It was like a feeling of, oh, okay, I did it.
mm,
And like a feeling of, I wonder what he's gonna say next.
mm.
And another feeling of, well, whatever he says, it's okay.
Yeah.
I was ready for it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I believe that in every networking space, if you go to an event, if you meet someone, just like my fiance was able to tell you, hey, my boyfriend, is a
Yeah.
videographer.
Yeah.
Like if you meet someone, always be honest
Now,
from the start.
the interesting thing is like what you're saying about talent.
Mm.
Talent could get you to places, but your network. So like the first thought I had was, okay, it's her boyfriend. Of course, she's gonna say he's great. So then she's like, "Oh, check out his Instagram." And I looked at your Instagram to talk about work product,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, "Okay, I like this. Like,
Yeah.
this is good work."
Wow.
So, but I didn't like find your Instagram from the algorithm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alicia gave it to me.
Yeah.
So I think you know both are important,
Mm-hmm.
but it's relatively easy to gain talent if you work. Like if you for example, if you study something like
Mm-hmm.
photography, videography, and you practice, you can become good at that skill.
Mhm.
I think it's harder and takes more time to build a network of people who trust you, who know you, and who will hand out your quote unquote business card like that
Yeah.
and be like, and put their reputation
On the
on the line
line. Yeah.
with you and say, hey, yeah, like Sterlin, video, photography,
Yeah.
content, like he's your man. Like,
Yeah.
and so it's not unimportant to be good
Mhm.
at whatever it is that you're trying to do, whether it's mortgages or videography or
Mhm.
content or whatever. But you can go a lot farther, a lot faster with the right network of people who can introduce you to other people who would like to deploy your talent in a way that monetizes for you
Yeah.
for whatever that is.
Yeah.
And the coolest thing about us, and something that um, has been fun to reflect on, and I would love to repeat this more in my
Mhm.
life, is to have connections. I just came back from a lunch with a real estate agent,
Mhm.
and we were talking about, you don't have to do. I grew up in a time where a lot of instruction was given about do hard things that you hate because it'll get you the results. And while I think there's some truth to that, for example, a lot of people don't love eating vegetables, but they're really good for you and you should eat them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like
Right.
there's some truth to that, but also when you're designing your life,
Mm.
um, you can pick things that you like doing and then discipline yourself to do them a lot. For example, in that analogy, find a vegetable you don't hate
Right.
and eat that one a
Eat
lot.
that one. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't eat the one like I don't like Brussels sprouts. So
Yeah.
you're not gonna find me eating Brussels
Yeah.
sprouts. But broccoli, I don't mind. So I eat broccoli. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
those are
right,
kind of
right.
things. Like,
Eat broccoli.
but like there, but there's people that will like in business, in certain business, that will be like, oh, you have to make cold calls, you have to do pop buys, you have to
Mm.
do whatever. And it's like maybe if you love that, you can
Mm.
do it a lot.
Mhm.
Great. Um, but connecting with people that are like-minded,
Mhm.
that have the same character, that have the same that are trying to go in the same direction, not only with their career but their life. Like me and you are at different phases of our life, at different phases of our career,
Mhm.
but I feel like so jump in here and add or subtract, but
Yeah.
I feel like we're both though running in the same direction.
Yeah.
Like you're chasing the Lord, I'm chasing the Lord. You are soon to be married. I would like to stay married and continue to grow in
Mhm.
that relate. So like we're running in like parallel
Yeah.
directions, right?
Yeah.
Different places in the race.
Yeah.
But it's been um it's been a lot. I think you said some stuff about how it's been helpful to you, and it's been equally helpful to me to have someone to send funny texts to and talk to, and a lot
A
of
lot
times,
of emojis.
that is not wrong. People
A
know
lot of
that.
emojis, guys. It don't matter
And a
what.
GIF, it could be. My littlest taught me about stickers, so if you get a
Yeah.
sticker, it's a problem. I don't know.
Anyways, but I
But
see what
your
you're saying.
energy, like sometimes I'll be worn down by like the monotony or like just being tired of it, and like your fresh energy sometimes can like pick me back up and energize me. So it's a very good having people in your network
You
like
hear
that.
that, Coke Zero?
Yeah.
I'm better than you.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
This man loves Coke Zero, man. It's insane. Anyways,
Not wrong.
I'm
Not
sorry,
wrong.
guys. This
No,
this
this
is
is
my
good. We're just off
humor,
the cuff.
okay? We're
Yeah.
just talking.
Yeah.
You guys are just here recording, all right?
Yeah. They're just hanging out with
They're just
us
hanging out. You guys are just
on the
hanging out
set.
with us. But I see what you're saying, bro.
Yeah.
I truly do. And you said something earlier about well, you literally just said it, how not only you've been helpful to me, but me being in your life has been something helpful. And I believe back to just networking, right?
Mm.
You want that, you want to always be a sharpener to someone. So if that person is a sword, you want to be a sharpener, not
Yeah.
another sword. If that makes sense. You know what I mean?
That makes
Like,
sense.
you want to be a sharpener to that person, and you want that person to be a sharpener to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I believe that's what happened. Like, when we met,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
When we met, you said Alicia gave you my page, and you went on there. Right now, I could think of what I had on that page.
Yep.
And the way it was back then, thinking about what I've accomplished now.
Yeah, that's a fair point. It's way
what I've
different.
accomplished
Yeah.
now, you know, since we've been friends, it's way different. Right now, looking back at all the different posts that I had on my page, I'm like, bro, this was trash. But yet you're saying when you looked at it, you was like, oh wow, this is amazing. And I can only say it was trash because of so many experiences that I've had with you. For example, I've set up a podcast before, like this looks amazing, right? But I've learned so much because I've sticked around with you, because I was able to get sharpened by you. So sticking around someone for a certain amount of time,
That's true.
that person giving you opportunities to exercise your talent will grow you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
You gave me the opportunity to say, like you said, hey, Sterling, I need you to create this podcast setup. Like, tell me what to buy,
Everything,
you know
all
what I'm
the
saying?
like tech, the
Tell me
art,
every tech, everything that I need to buy, I'll get it done. And when I did, okay, you got it here, and I set it up. And the last episode we did, I watched it and I was like, okay, I like the lighting in it, but maybe the lighting needs to be a little more different. You know what I'm saying? Some adjustments. So our friendship and the opportunities that you gave me allowed me to be sharpened, to be better, to grow. So I feel like in networking, bro, like it shouldn't be just transactional. Like, no, you gotta give me. Even in love, you could talk about this, like loving Jess. The Bible says, husband, love your wives as Jesus loves the church, as God loves the church. Like the first thing Jesus did was he gave his own life, bro. God gave his son. He gave. He didn't ask for anything. He gave. So the first act of love or connection should always be, you should always be thinking about serving the other person.
Yeah.
Because when it starts being about you, then you mess
It's a
up.
downhill slope.
I hope that makes sense, man.
It makes a lot of sense. That could be a marriage episode or a dating episode. I mean, that would be interesting to do.
Well, I'm getting married soon, so I'm gonna be back here.
So, like, advice to dating people,
Yeah.
because I mean, like, you know, just relationships in general. To your point about sacrifice, especially on the part of the man,
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of cultural things around what can you get from the relationship for both men and women, but particularly for men in this case.
Even a lot of even a lot of podcasts. What does she bring to the table?
Correct.
What does he bring to the table?
I get it. Like, I think it's like there's both, right? Because like obviously you're choosing a life partner. You want to make sure you're like running in the same direction. But really, at the end of the day, you know, the Bible talks about being equally yoked. I mean, we're saying a lot of Bible stuff because we're both Christians, right? But, like,
Right.
the Bible talks about being equally yoked, which means like you want to marry another believer. You want to marry someone. I think also this isn't Bible. This is just me. Of like you want to have like similar life goals. So, for example, as a man, if you want to marry a woman who is a stay-at-home mom, it would be unwise to date seriously a woman who wants to have a huge long career. Not that that's bad, but like that would be stress that you know is going to be there. So equally yoked. Like if you don't want kids, maybe like mention that and make sure she's like on the same page.
Mention that before you get married.
Yeah.
Like, don't.
And that could change. I mean, even
Yeah,
if somebody thinks, but I mean, like to the extent you can, try to make sure that you're equally yoked. So the Bible talks about that, and it talks about loving your wife like Christ loved the church, which he died for the church. So if you think about like when you think about what am I going to get from this? I feel like that's how the enemy attacks relationships and marriages these days, is he puts you in that space. I've had to fight that. Of like, you know, what am I getting versus what am I giving? how am I going to love in this situation? And that's a shift, right? That's a shift.
Yes,
Because if you
bro.
think about, bro, if you think about, if you are a man in a relationship, dating, engaged, married, and your thought process is, what is she doing for me? And what am I getting out of this? You
Mhm.
are cooked. Cooked.
Yeah. Yes, bro. My mind is just exploding right now. You just speaking facts. Um, I'm thinking about what God is trying to do with us as
Yeah.
human beings, even if you're not a believer.
Yeah.
Think about this. Even if you don't believe in God, just think about this for a second. Like, He's asking us to be selfless. I'm looking at this warrior thing. I think it's for Fairway, where it
Yeah.
says educate, encourage. Like it literally says selfless service. Like that, my mind went straight to it. Like the Lord is teaching us to be selfless.
Yeah.
Because if you're not able to be selfless and you're so full of yourself all the time, like, well, what about me? What about me? And what's crazy is a lot of people, and I'm learning that now, bro. Like I'm young, right? I'm only 24-year-old, right? Turning 25. And like even at this age, I'm learning this right now. Like being selfless is such a powerful thing to have. Like if I wasn't selfless, if I wasn't willing to learn from Josh, I wouldn't be here.
Mm.
And that's so hard for a lot of people to say because they want to be all the knowing person, not realizing that there is beauty in being selfless. Because if I'm empty, you're able to pour in. And the more you pour in, the more I grow, vice versa.
100%. And I
Like,
feel like, and one of the things that drives me and why I named this podcast Made to Be Great, and one of the great desires I have for my life is to be able to, because like what you said about like why I'm here is Josh gave me an opportunity or whatever. I have so many people like that.
wow.
I could never repay them.
Wow. Yeah.
And so I did this exercise years ago from another company called the Strategic Coach. You can send me a check for that also.
Yeah. Right.
When I,
Write the
yeah,
check, man.
yeah.
Write the
So,
check.
but it was a great exercise, and it was
Yeah.
like, where it takes you through this whole series of questions, and then it gets to the end, like, let's say you accomplish all your financial, career, spiritual, relational goals, and through a medical advancement, you live 20 more years. What are you going to do?
Hmm.
And then it goes through another series of questions. And my thing at the end of that was to help other people make it.
Yeah.
And the reason I have that driving desire
Yeah.
is that so many other people helped me,
Yeah.
and many of them
Yeah.
when I had nothing to contribute back to them.
Mm.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was like people I worked for or
Mhm.
through, and there was some value in it for them, but sometimes it wasn't. And sometimes those relationships continued after that professional relationship was over. Um, so yeah, I mean, I love, helping other people because it actually, doing that actually fills me up in a way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in another recent episode, I talked about, like what the great plan and purpose God has for each of us and how it's different for each of us, what that looks like.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm living a little bit more into that part of God's plan for my life when I am doing things to lift other people up
Yeah.
or create opportunities for other people. That's something that in all areas of my life, like in my branch, my mortgage branch at Fairway, I create opportunities for salespeople to have a great career
Yeah.
in a kind and supportive workplace where we actually care about what happens to your clients and your partners,
Yeah.
and also the operations people who fulfill the loans, creating a safe and healthy work environment that's not toxic for them.
Yeah.
um, at my church, volunteering, which you've been so kind to recently join me on.
Yeah, man.
Just trying to give back and mentor and pour into these guys. We work with a group of probably 20 something, depending on the week, 20 to 30 guys,
Mhm.
10th and 11th grade,
Mhm.
and pour into them. And so, um, sometimes it's stressful to get there and to be, and make that keep that commitment. But I always leave there feeling um, like I did something. I made a contribution to help somebody else. And even sometimes, even I want people to hear this, even the act of showing up
Mm,
when you're tired, when you don't feel like it,
mm,
when you feel like you went tired and nothing cool happened,
yeah,
and it was just like a rep, and you're like, why did I even go?
yeah,
Showing up, especially, this is my opinion, especially if people know you're showing up tired and you could have called in or not gone. I think that there's a relationship deposit that happens with that consistency,
yeah,
with when they understand that you chose them.
yeah,
You chose to be there with intention, even though it would have been easy and nobody really would have hated on you for not doing it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because all of those, why I was saying all that is all of those reps and all of those relationship deposits, even if nothing like big happened or whatever, it's a relationship deposit. You're creating more depth of the relationship to where maybe one day something big will be going on in their life and they'll trust you to tell you about it, and you can help them with it because they know that you're a safe person
let me
and that
just
you're right.
bro, this is too good. This is too good. So again, I am a believer. If you're not, I love you, and it's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Love that.
I hope that you taste, you just like you taste a new food. The Bible says, "Taste and see that the Lord is good."
Mm.
Just try him.
Amen to that.
You know what I'm saying? Just try him. Well, the thing with Jesus is, I guarantee you that he will fill you up and satisfy you
Mm.
completely, right? But you said a lot, bro. And I remember watching a sermon, and the guy was like, a lot of times we are worshiping and not understanding what we're doing.
Mm.
A lot of times we're worshiping, you feel bad. You had a long, crazy day. You had a tough
Or you're
day.
tired, you
You're
didn't want to
tired.
go,
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
yeah, like you're worshiping. You're like, man, I don't know why I should even do this, right? And the guy was saying, the pastor was saying how a lot of times we are making deposits
Mm.
for the days ahead.
Yeah.
Like, and I see pictures. When I hear things, I see pictures, right? And when he said that, the thing I saw was an office, and God is going through our documents of praise and worship and looking for all the praise that we threw up, we gave him, right? And there's a hard time you're going through right now. And he's like, well, man, he praised me even when he was in this. So man, let me pour some favor on this guy. Let me love on him. Like,
Mm.
let me get him out of this. Like, a lot of times we are making deposits
Yeah,
for
that's
the
good.
things ahead. So it just speaks to what you just said, man. And another thing I thought about was, I posted this on my story today.
Mm.
And this is also because I'm a believer. So I'm going to speak on this. And it can also make sense for even if you're a non-believer. Like, I can honestly say, Josh, like, I need your face to be on the camera for this one because you might cry,
Oh.
but I don't know. I'm just fine. But I could,
I was like, yeah.
I could honestly say, bro, your life, your existence points me back to thanking God
Hmm.
and not necessarily just Josh. So my question on my story was like, when people see you and they have a connection with you, right? This is for my Christians out there, or even if you're not, right? When people see you, right? Will they always say, "Oh, thank you, Josh. Thank you, thank you, thank you." Like, thank Josh, thank Josh, thank Josh. Oh my God, thank Josh, thank Josh. In my opinion, this is Sterling's thought.
Mm.
That's gonna feed your pride. It's gonna feed your ego. It's
Yeah.
gonna feed that well, if I'm not there, it won't be done. Like, it's
Mm.
gonna feed all of that, right? That self-dependency, if for lack of
Yeah.
better words, like, it's gonna feed all of that. But for me, I can honestly say because of your existence, bro, even before you came here, this is I didn't want to share this because this is me and God, right? Even before you came to the office, I was already here and I was screaming like
Mm.
out of joy.
Hmm.
I was screaming. I was like, God, thank you. Before you walked in, I hung up the phone with my sister because I wanted to share that excitement with her. I text
Hmm.
Alicia. I can show you right now. I text my fiance. I said, I feel so full
Wow.
because of the level of like gratitude I'm feeling.
Hmm.
I came into this space like I'm from Haiti, man. Like we don't have this type of luxury.
Hmm.
Like for a guy, for a human being to say, "Yo, Sterling, you can use my space anytime. Just pull up."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Come on, y'all. Like the power of networking. So
Mm.
we need to start having real connections, not fake, not
Yeah.
pretending to be. And again, I told my story, so I'm not speaking from someone that's perfect, but we need to start building real connections, not
Mm.
using people,
Yeah.
not trying to waste any like Josh said it himself in the podcast, probably that's going to come up before this. He said sometimes he's late,
Yeah.
right? To our appointment. I look at it
Sometimes.
sometimes.
If
Sometimes
only.
like I look at it like this. I'm like, dude, I understand, bro. You're busy, you know what I'm saying? I keep it
You want
real,
to
you know what
know
I'm saying?
something? This
So,
would be good for people to hear, and I want you to. I was going to tell you this later, but I'll tell you now. So, and maybe we could talk about it more later. But, I, in case this is you listening to this, I have had a very busy day today. Had a very busy week. We're
mm,
shooting this on a Wednesday,
yeah.
and there was a part of me that thought about saying, like, texting you and saying, like, "Hey, bro, like, I'm so late. Like, let's just do this another time." I feel like I was letting you down, and like, I might as well just pack my stuff up and
Yeah.
So to hear how you experience that, like, I think sometimes we tell ourselves a story. That's actually another thought I had on a
Yes,
different
bro.
topic
Yeah.
on the way here
Yeah.
is like we tell ourselves a story, and it takes a lot of intentional thought and self awareness, but like we tell ourselves a story and take action based on a story that many times, not all the time, but many
Many
times
times, yeah.
is couldn't be farther from the truth or the
Yeah.
actual reality of the situation.
Yeah.
We're only seeing it from our own self-critical, kind of like doomsday worst case criticism of what we did or didn't do
Or data.
in that moment or
Or
data.
data, like
Yeah.
trauma. Like, for
Yeah.
example, for me,
Yeah.
because of trauma, I can already
Mm.
make a whole movie. Man, I have directors in here. Like, I have movie bro, I have movie directors in my mind that are cut. No, that's not how Josh is gonna react. Like
Mm.
Sterling, if you leave here and you just left because he was late, my mind will just go insane. Or like
Mm.
our mind is so powerful,
Yeah.
man. Like that's why we got to take a hold of it. Like
Yeah.
you literally talked about that in the
Yeah.
previous podcast. Like your mind is very powerful, and if you don't take a hold of it, it's gonna lead you. Like, can you imagine? You was in the car, a little stressed, and you was like, dude, a little bit. You was like, man, I'm so late. I'm this. I'm that, and I'm over here joyful.
Yeah. Like I would have never I would
Of
have
course, I'm
never
human,
thought
right?
that.
Of
Yeah.
course, I'm human. So I had a little bit of like, come on,
Yeah.
Josh, like, come on, bro, right? I'm human, right? However, I was more of joy. Like
Mm.
it's like I was
Would you
joyful.
say
Like, you know what I
that
mean?
that's a discipline for you? Because I feel like that's not our natural default. Like, do you? Let me ask it a different way. Do you feel like you have made a practice of when you get a negative thought, shifting it to gratitude or a different thought? Do you catch yourself doing that, or is it like so on autopilot now that you don't even notice?
Um, okay. Let me because something came to mind as soon as you asked me that question. Um, and it's a verse, right, in the Bible that says, "In all things, give thanks.
Mm.
In all
Wait, it
circumstances."
does. Hang on. It doesn't say when things are awesome,
No,
give thanks.
it don't say
Okay.
when things are awesome. It says, "In all circumstances, give thanks." That's First Thessalonians 5 verse 18. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you.
You know what's interesting? I actually heard I don't remember who it was, but
Yeah.
I heard a recent commentary on that verse.
Mm.
And as someone who's been a Christian for like 30 years, I don't think I'm embarrassed to say, I don't think I've ever heard it analyzed quite that way. But when you read it, it says, be thankful in all circumstances,
In. Yeah.
not for all circumstances. And so, like, for example, um, if you're like in prison,
Yeah.
like Paul was,
Come
okay.
on. Come
So
on,
like
Pastor.
he it's not saying be thankful that you're in prison, like it's
Yes.
like awesome,
Yeah.
but you can still praise from the valley
This
and
is so
trust
good.
that
This
God
is so good.
has a plan,
Yes, bro.
but at the same time not be thankful for per se the circumstance, but you could be thankful in or during a hard circumstance. And that's, I think, a really powerful shift to make because I think it can kind of feel um, gaslighting in a way to think like I have to be thankful for the circumstance. Like, what are you talking about? Like, but you can be thankful through or in the circumstance.
And check this out, bro. I'm talking to everyone. Your enemy, the devil, whatever you want to call it, your mind wants you to always cling to negative emotion.
Mm,
Always. The only way someone can literally cling to positive thinking, the only way someone's first response can be, "Oh God, this is not good. God, this hurts, but I thank you." The only way you can do that is if you cling to God or
mm,
you cling to a higher source, whatever
yeah.
it is,
Yeah.
right? So, but the problem is, of course, with this world is that we cling more to that emotion. And you just spoke about it in the last podcast. You was like, okay, what are you listening to? What are you going to listen to more? The thoughts in your mind that are telling you this or that, or sometimes we have to be okay with don't know. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in the car right now. Sterlin is waiting for me. I don't know if he's mad or not. Can I
Mm,
just be at peace with that?
yeah.
But
Yeah.
sometimes because of our mind, because we don't have a hold of this, we automatically want to make our own movie. Like,
Yeah.
he's
And
mad.
usually we don't clip in the best scene
We
when we
don't
make our
clip
own
in the
movie,
best
right?
scene, bro. I
We
don't
clip
know.
in the worst, like
Yeah.
doomsday, and like sometimes that happens, but usually not,
Yeah.
you know? So,
Yeah, I don't call it PG-13. I call it NM.
yeah,
Yeah, negative mindset.
I like that.
You like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it, man. That's it. That's pretty much it. I think we need to focus more. We can wrap this up. I'm hungry. You're hungry. I need some
We're
big.
gonna get a lot of sponsorships on this one. After this, we're headed to Longhorn,
Yeah.
and we're gonna get what I named as the Big Back Special,
Yeah.
which is the lemon garlic chicken
Mhm.
and a filet.
And filet.
It's beautiful.
It's
You
beautiful.
should order the Big Back Special. They might not know what you're talking about. They might look at you like you're crazy,
Yeah.
but then you'll have to like tell them what it is.
Yeah.
And but
But
it's amazing, man.
this was great, man. This was amazing. So with that being said, man, what in a few words, just tell us what were your takeaways from this podcast, just from what we talked about.
I think that your network, your community is will shape your trajectory
Mm,
of where your life is headed.
yeah.
So it would be wise to intentionally craft your community and your
Yeah.
network and to find people who are rowing in the same direction,
Yes.
who are running to the same goal that you are,
Yes.
and stay close to them. I think
Yes.
there's power in proximity.
Yes.
And I think that you have to, another thing that came up a few times in different ways was to, when you get a thought in your head that is a negative projected outcome that didn't happen yet, what you're doing
Mhm.
is you're creating a movie that you don't want to happen. Like, why do we do that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when you catch yourself doing that, because you're human,
Mhm.
shift it to gratitude, shift
Mhm.
it to something that you could be thankful for.
Mhm.
So, if you're in a disagreement with a friend, you could say, I'm thankful I have a friend to disagree with.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful that we've might argued before and made up,
Yeah.
or whatever the
Yeah.
case is,
Yeah.
There's always something to be thankful for. If
Yeah.
if if you woke up, you have something to be thankful for. If you're a Christian and you're listening to this and you don't wake up, you have even more to be thankful for.
Yeah.
So, like, I think there's always something to shift to be, um, future focused on gratitude versus like projecting a future negative outcome that you don't want. It's a
Mhm.
wild thing that we do.
Yeah.
Um, and coincidentally, having the right network, the more time you spend with that community of people
Mm.
will help you to do that less, like play that negative movie less, because
Yeah.
they'll get around you and they'll be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
bro, you're good. Like everything's cool."
Yeah.
You'll get recharged, kind of like your phone battery,
Mhm.
right? Like you have to charge your phone
Yeah.
because it has a battery that's finite that
Yeah.
will run out. We're the same way.
Yeah.
And so that's why community is so important too, and why it's important to get around community that is rowing in the same direction, because they might fill your battery with something bad,
Yes.
right? If you got the wrong network. So
Yeah.
I think having an intentional selection of network that fits where you want to go, not where you are now or where you were, but where you want to go, and staying with that, even when it's hard, because it will be hard.
Yeah.
People aren't perfect,
Yes.
and there will be great days and there will be hard days.
Yeah.
And I think if you have the right person, the great days could actually lead you closer, or
Yeah.
the hard days could lead you to greater days
Yeah.
if it's the right person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a relationship saying, like, if you're in a relationship with anyone, friend, spouse, anything, and you never get into a disagreement, one of you is lying,
Mhm.
because basically what that means is, like, one person is just stuffing it and not saying that they didn't like it or got upset. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I think that if you have a real relationship, just
Mhm.
it's important to know that some kind of tension or conflict is part of a normal relationship within a human. That's,
Yeah.
again, I think, an attack that's made on relationships of all kinds, friendships, marriage, dating, to think like if there's conflict of any kind
Yeah.
at any level, then you got to run, you know,
Yeah.
that keeps you alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I agree.
so what did you think? What were
Um,
some of your powerful takeaways?
mine is like, yo, start having real conversations today.
Mm,
Start having real connections. Yeah, start having real connections and have some discernment. Like, when you meet that person, are they a sharpener, or are they do they just want to take away from you?
yeah,
Like, are they willing to pour? You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because if you're not willing to pour, and I remember seeing this thing on watching a podcast, the guy was like, marriage is like it's a beautiful funeral.
Hmm,
Because as soon as you say I do, you're saying, okay, I'm willing to die to myself.
mm.
You know what I mean? So it's like, um,
They should be saying that.
they should be saying that, right? And it's like, as soon as when you're in front of someone, you're at an event or wherever you're at, you're meeting up with someone, you're making a new friend, your first thought should be, and be honest with people. I feel like a lot of times right now in this world, we take friendship like lightly. Oh yeah, that's my friend. That's my friend. That's my friend. No, bro. I literally can probably count on my finger how many friends,
Hmm,
people that I trust, I have. Like, I literally can do
Yeah, me
that,
too.
and it's only a few. The reason why is because I don't consider everyone as a friend. Some people are just like, "Yo, what's up? What's going on? You good? All right." But I'm not gonna call you if I'm going through something because I
Mm,
know you won't have anything to tell me. I
mm.
know you won't be able to pour into me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like a lot of times we need
That's
that
where
discernment.
that's important,
Yeah.
not to get off on a whole other thing, but
Yeah.
what you said there is I don't want people to miss that,
Yeah.
is like what you said is if I'm going through something,
Yeah.
I wanna have someone to call
Yes.
who will have something to pour into me,
Yes.
and that person who you deem having someone to pour into you probably has something to pour into you because they went through something and they have some experience of how to navigate that. At least that's how, when I'm going through something and I think, who can I talk to? Who can help me move past this?
Mhm.
Many times it's someone who's been through it.
Through it. Yeah.
And so, what I was saying earlier about like when you go through, like, not everything that feels like a quote unquote setback is a
Mhm.
setback. It might
Yes.
be a setup.
Yeah,
It might be a
bro.
setup to live
Yeah.
into your purpose of,
Yeah.
hey, I can be that person
Yeah.
that people can call
Yeah.
and they can get a
And
better
help.
outcome
Yeah.
and some perspective that will help
Perspective.
them move forward.
Yeah.
And so sometimes those things that we're quote unquote going through
Mhm.
puts us in a position to be that in somebody else's network, like what you were saying, to be
Yeah.
that person that you would want to call. So a perfect, easy life
Yeah.
is not going to produce a person who is a great resource to others.
Yeah. And,
Because what would you be able to help me with? Having
yeah.
everything perfect all the time? I mean, what?
And let me just say this too, just to balance it out.
Mm,
Not all friends you have that are actually your friends, great friends, will always have the answer.
true.
So I'm saying that so that you give the people around you some grace. So I'm
Yes.
not saying they're
For
gonna
sure.
always have
And they're not
the
Jesus,
answer.
right? Like they're
Exactly.
just a person
Right.
that, like, you
So
know,
it's like I'm not saying that they're always gonna be able to pull you out of the hole, but they might tell you where a ladder is.
and this, you've done this for me, is you point me to the one who can.
Ah, man.
That's why I jokingly, he gives me a hard time about it, but sometimes I call him my pastor when I introduce you to people. Because and why I say that, I say it in fun, but like you do that, bro. You do point me back to the Lord. Like if I'm having a hard thing and we talk, you'll be like, God loves you. Like you're gonna be okay, you know? Um, you had, I don't know if this was a shirt that you had from your Vision brand or something else,
Mhm.
but or something you said,
Mhm.
but you said God never changed his mind about you.
Yes.
And like, so you say stuff like that to me that's like,
Yeah.
maybe like to your point of like, you don't have the answer to solve like my mortgage business problem or whatever, but you do know who to point me to and how to redirect that energy. And I think a good friend who's rowing in the same direction, maybe they don't have all the answers,
Yeah.
but they can
Point you to
put
it.
their arm around you metaphorically or physically. They can
Yeah.
point you in a good direction,
Because Josh,
you
I
know?
sure don't know anything about no mortgage.
You know?
I don't know nothing about no
It's
numbers, but when Josh is telling me, yo, Sterling, like numbers or whatever it
yeah.
may be, right? I feel a little stressed. I know about stress.
Yeah.
I know who can comfort you. So everything that we go through,
Mm,
there is like I can always have something to say
yeah.
based on the root. So I know it's not the numbers I know it's not the numbers that's the emotion. The emotion is under that. Like if I'm saying, like
And you
the
know what's,
numbers is causing that. If I'm saying, so if I can
it's a
deal with the
data.
root, it's a
So the
data, right?
interesting thing
Man,
is
we
that
going crazy
I
right
know
now.
a lot of time, this is like, this is so good. And this is a problem when we talk on this
Yeah, man.
is a lot of times, this is, I think, a fairly common thing is we want to call, at least in my world, like there's a lot of coaches and like consultants and mentors. And like, you're like, oh, I want to be able to call so-and-so and get the answer.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of times we actually know the answer. We're just scared to do the answer.
Come on.
And so sometimes being able to have someone in your network
Mhm.
who quote unquote doesn't have the answer can actually be better
Mhm.
because you know, like what you've done for me so many times is like point me back to the Lord, and then
Yeah.
I can calm myself down in his presence,
Yeah,
and I can
man.
get back to thinking rationally,
Yeah,
and I
man.
can make a good move,
Yeah.
you know? And
Yeah.
so sometimes what we think we need isn't what we need. And to your point, sometimes maybe they don't know or they say the wrong thing, and that's
Yeah.
okay. They're human just like everybody else,
And
you know?
like I said, they might not know how to get you out of that hole, but they can lead you to a ladder.
That's right.
They can tell you, "Well, Sterling, I don't know how to get you out. My hands are too short to pull you out, but I see a ladder
Or
behind
sometimes
you."
maybe I'll know a guy with a ladder.
Yeah.
Okay. Like
Yep.
back to network is like maybe I don't know how to solve it,
Yep, but
but
I
maybe
know a
I know
guy.
someone who maybe knows someone
Yeah.
that could, you know, you just, it,
And when you're in that hole, you got to let go of your pride too.
mm,
Cause that person can be like, well, I know someone, bro. I've had so many interactions where friends of mine, they need the help. And I'm like, yo, I can't help you, but I know someone who will definitely help you. And they're like, well, that's just not my thing. I don't feel like asking people for help. Da da da.
mm.
All right, your pride will kill
The
you.
crazy
Like,
thing is sometimes, many times, back
yeah,
to what I was saying earlier about like what fills me up is to be able to help people
yeah.
is a way for that. If you're that person listening, I'm going to give you a mental shift that you can do is maybe you're robbing
Mm,
someone of the opportunity to fill their purpose by helping you.
come on,
Think about that. Don't
let's
rob people.
go.
Don't rob people.
Let's go, Josh. He calling me a pastor, but he the
See?
real
I
pastor.
don't know.
But but bro, that's good. That's good, bro. That's good. That's good. That's so good, bro. Because it all points back to this thing.
Yeah.
Like made to be great. Like we have to sharpen each other. Like if you don't allow me to exercise what I know, how the heck am I gonna make it?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is insane, but we got to wrap it up. I'm hungry, bro.
We're
I'm
going to go
hungry.
get that big back
Yeah,
special.
man. So wrap it up, Josh.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of the Made to Be Great podcast. And thank you, Sterlin, for joining me again. This was a lot of fun. We'll definitely do it again, I think. I think you said that. I got your text that said I'll definitely be back. I'm going to see you guys see that.
Yeah, man. You. All right, guys.
This was fun.
You were made to be great. Don't settle for less. You were made to be great. Don't settle for less. You were made to be great. Don't settle for less. You were made to be